Now, after an overbearing, dominant display of power to our contestants to show them just how truly F they really are, we get that typical shonen power explanation of what the heck just happened. Because even after the great explosion happened and Hal was still alive, how is that possible? Because technically, if Hal didn't have what he had, he would have been dead. He really would have. However, they forgot one thing. One thing that's been showing, and he's been showing in front of them the entire time, is even on his clothing. Speaking of his clothing is actually very interesting. There's actually a very interesting story behind it that doesn't come to the forefront, but only in one panel, actually. A lot of people seem to skip over, but I'll go into details of that later on. But anyways, let's talk about that star. He masters those five elements to be the perfect, powerful being. Forgot the name of it, but it starts with an O. But it is the only anime that talks about this kind of person. Seeing Twin Star actresses. I've seen it in Tokyo Saints and stuff. There's all kinds of other anime and manga where they talk about these kind of people, the power to conjugate with spirits and to control the elements as well. They're very high-ranking individuals, priests, saints, Mikos, all of that. Since he can control this power, he also has the spirit of fire. He can use the spirit of fire to change the elements within it, since it is fire. So he can change it to water, to earth, to metal, and so on and so forth. I don't know why that was hard for me to come out. It's just like, I want to say forth, but it just took forever. But yes, that star, that pentagram shows that he has mastered those elements. And since he's been alive for, 1,000 years, he's had way more than enough time to train. So his first attempt to become Shaman King failed. His second attempt was to make his new plan, get him the spirit and wait for a better time to strike. So this time he was planning things carefully this time, which shows how much he has learned throughout the years. Well, he did have 1,000 years after all to learn. That being said, he is now extremely powerful, where it seemed like you can't touch him, you know? Now they thought he was just a spirit of fire, but he didn't reveal all his tricks. And who knows what other tricks he might have. After all, he's only showing the power of the spirit of fire, mainly, when he fights. But he doesn't show his other tricks that he has learned before he even had the spirit of fire after all these years. So they don't know what it is. They are truly screwed over. After that, finding out that Hao's last name is Hao Asakura, meaning he is related to Hao, to Yo. Damn it. But how he related to Yo? He is Yo's twin brother. Like I said, they spoiled the thing in the beginning, because you kind of know what was showing. I don't know why they did that. Now, I'm still complaining about that to this day, but they should have done that. Showing that the birth of Hao and Yo, in a way, Hao was coming out and the grandfather thought he was ready to kill a baby, but he said the baby looks so innocent. Not many heartless motherfuckers are willing to kill a baby. Well, half people in America are, anyways. But that's a story for another day that I will not talk about. This shows however, shows that even as a baby, Hal was able to control the spirit of fire that was willing to protect him. So right when he got out of his mother's womb, the spirit of fire was already there, already ready to attack. So it was futile. So he knew, smart dude, he knew that these Asakuras know I'll be born. They're tracking me, So I gotta have the spirit of fire ready. The strongest spirit, one of the strongest spirits, to protect me when I come out of my mom's womb. Because already know they're ready to kill me by the time I come out, which almost did happen. It wasn't for his smart thinking. Then he escaped. Then moments later, Yo was born. So ever since then, Yo was ready to take on the burden of defeating someone who would one day rule the world. The question is it for a good cause? Because after all, the star that fell, a shooting star that shows determined it's happening because a great change is happening. They need someone to help mankind go through this great change, which is the point of the Shaman fight after all. So Hal is here, and maybe his ideals could actually save mankind, but is it the way of the world that people want to go? It's a true question. So after hearing this shocking revelation, of course, your friends took it in different strides. Of course, Mata freaks out the most. Horo is very emotional, is that he's happy that Yo tells him this, but doesn't wish he will bear the burden. Of course, Ren is calm and composed as usual, but then again, he's probably going to help out, even though he says it's his own battle. Then again, they did help him with his own family problems in the first part. So there's that as well. But either way, the wheels are in motion. Now that people find out that that's his brother, how will the others respond? The Axlons, for God's sakes. The Axlons are already cautioned about Yo as already is, and now they find out that not only he's relative, but he's also his twin brother. Let's see how these Axlons respond. I'm curious about that. And also putting Lifestrike in a very, even more difficult position than he already is. So anyways, that was pretty much what this episode was. It's to do more explanation and detailed growth of just how badass and just where he came from. This big mystery for what this guy is, He's a dude that truly has perfected his craft. And since he's perfected his craft, all that left for him to do now is world domination. So anyway, let's see where it goes from here. So that's what I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox on Anime. Signing out.